Hello, hello, hello. Long time no see. Welcome or welcome back to my channel, Aloilla Knit. Aloilla means on the waves. My name is Reetta. I am a knitter from Finland, and on this channel we are riding the waves of creativity together. It has been a while since I last filmed or posted a video on here, so I have to admit I'm a bit nervous. I'm excited but a bit nervous. Every time I have a break of filming, it feels kind of weird to sit in front of the camera, but I'm excited to be back, and I know this is fun. I know I like to do this. I thought we would start off the year with a knitting podcast episode just to update you and me of where I'm at with my whips right now. And then we will see where the rest of the winter, the spring, the new year will take us. So I'm so glad you found your way here. I hope you enjoy. Grab your knitting or whatever you're maybe crafting on. Grab something to drink. Remember to stay hydrated. Get into a comfortable position and let's just start, because I have a few works in progress, some lingering works in progress. If you have been around my channel before, you have probably seen at least a few of these. And I have had like a little slump in my knitting mojo. So, but we can chat about that as I show you the whips. This first whip I want to show you is the one I have been mainly working on this beginning of year. It has gotten the most processed, and even that is not too much. This is a test knit for my dear knitting friend Kelly Viveli Strick, or at least that's how I suppose her handle is pronounced. If Kelly, if you're watching this, I'm sorry if I butchered your name and please correct me. But this is a test knit for her, and she has a sponsor for the yarn. So the pattern and the yarn were received for this test knit. I'll show you it. Pam, 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 pam. Oh my god, look at it, look at this texture. It's gorgeous. So it has these pearl rows and then these dropped stitches, and then some stockinette in the middle, and then purling, and I absolutely love this texture. It reminds me of like a fishnet and like these fisherman vibes. And well, if you follow me, for example, on Instagram or on here, you know that I love that fisherman grandpa vibes. And I discovered that it is a like upcoming or like a trend prediction, I guess, for 2025 by Pinterest. So I guess I'm on trend now. Anyways, I love the vibes of this sweater. So this is a top-down round yoke design, and it had this very nice cast on, which was like a, what is it? I-cord cast on. It was new technique for me and I really like it. It was pretty easy to learn and get the hang of, so I really recommend you to try that out if there is like a pattern with an I-cord neckband or something, because for example in this pattern there was an option to just regularly cast on the stitches, and when you were done with the sweater, doing the I-cord finishing afterwards. But I really liked casting on with the I-cord. So I'm almost done with the yoke. Soon I'm ready to split for sleeves, and I'm super excited, and I hope I can then really try the yoke on and see how it fits around my shoulders and how the texture and the yarn feel on my body, because the yarn, this is Lang Yarn's Yak yarn here, like so. So it is 70% merino extra fine and 30% yak, and I absolutely love this texture of the yarn. It is very lightweight and very soft, and this color code is 1103.0094. I don't think there is a color name, at least not on the ball band, but the color is, I guess, the lightest one. This is like a very light gray, beigeish, gray, whitish color. I don't know what to call it, but I think this is like the color of morning mist or fog, or I don't know, but I really like it. I'm so excited to wear this sweater. I think it will be perfect for spring and summer because it is like a very loose fabric. It has like with the drop stitches, there is like holes. So it's a breezy fabric, and I think it will be super nice to style. The test knit is due till the end of March, if I remember correctly, but I try to get it done by the end of February or beginning of March. So let's hope I get my knitting mojo really like properly back so that I can start knitting on it like crazy. That was maybe the most process I have made. Then to my lingering whips. First one being the Dagmar jacket. If you have watched my videos before or follow me on Instagram, you have seen this, and I can't remember at what stage this was the last time I showed it, but probably almost at the same, if not at the same exact point. So the back panel is done. The right front is done, and I'm in the middle of a row here. That's lovely. The left front is almost done, so I'm almost ready to connect the fronts to the back panel. But I don't know if I have knitted at all on this after the New Year's. It is waiting for better times, but I am excited to have this ready and get to wear it. I have no cardigans right now in my closet, and I have never knit a cardigan or a jacket before, so I really like that I have a project like this right now. And I can't wait to have it in my closet because I think I will get a lot of use out of it, or it will be like a practical addition, add something practical to add to my wardrobe. I don't know when this will be ready. I think I would get some use out of this like in the late spring and maybe even in the summertime. So I hope it won't take the whole year to finish this, but if it does, then it will be perfect for spring of 26. But I really like the fabric. Here I am using this dansk pälsull. I'm holding it triple for this, and I have one strand of this lighter beige and then 2 strands of a darker or like a mid-brown shade. This has some very nice variegation in the color. And the fabric the 3 strands held together create is quite stiff. So I think it will hold its shape quite nicely. And I have the ceramic buttons I want to use with this. So they of course weigh a bit more. I then think like the structure this yarn combo has is good for that also, so it won't completely flop around by the weight of the buttons. But nothing really more to say about this right now. Maybe soon I will get back working with this. Maybe finish the row I am in the middle of. I have apparently ran out of the light beige yarn, and I think I have to wind up the skein, and that's when I lost interest. Another very chunky and stiff fabric is this enormous sweater whip I have. Here I'm also using 3 strands held together, and this is quite a thick and stiff fabric, and I chose to do that on purpose because I want this sweater to be like a really good outdoorsy on the boat, maybe stop a little bit of like wind. Of course a knitted fabric will let some wind always through, but you know, be a bit warmer, for example on the boat, and be a good outer layer and a good stash busting project, so I get to use a lot of my yarns when working on this. And my thought is that I will make a very plain sweater and then embroider or like do some duplicate stitching and do some kind of animal here on the front. I've seen a lot of those with like a lobster or a whale or a sheep or something here on the front of the sweater, so I want to do something like that. I haven't really decided on the animal yet. I'm thinking maybe a sheep, but we will see. I'm holding this tukuwool DK in this white color, double, and then I have this, which is the BZ Garn Bio Shetland fingering weight wool, and this is like this beigey of white, bit like a cooler tone. So 1 strand of this and then 2 strands of this, and I really like the shade they create. I did combine like that BZ Garn wool with a off-white wool like this when I did my storm sweater, and I really liked the color they created together. So I wanted to try that again because I had the tuku wool in my stash and some of the BC Garn Bio Shetland. But I have no idea if my yarn will be enough because I think this will be huge. I just started winging it, so I hope I won't completely drown in this weather. But we will see. But that will at least be very warm. I'm really enjoying that I can use yarns from my stash. The yarns for the Dagmar sweater were actually unraveled from another project that I didn't really like. So I unraveled it and repurposed the yarn. And then the last whip I will show you soon is also yarn from stash and then yarn from my mom's stash. So getting use out of those two. And one of the reasons I haven't knit and haven't really posted that much about my knitting is that I have been really, I don't know, not maybe struggling, but having a lot of thoughts about like my consuming habits and overconsumption in general, and especially in clothing, and also like in the knitting bubble. And I don't have any answers. I don't claim to know how we or anyone should or should not act, but I have just been having a lot of thoughts around that, and I have been thinking like, do I want to promote the idea that you would have to or should be always, like, for example, knitting more and more and more and more items and buy more yarn, and I don't know, I don't even have the answers for myself, like what do I really think about this topic, because of course I love to knit and I love to create and I love to create patterns and try different styles, and I love wearing my knits. So I don't think the question is really a black and white kind of situation, like right or wrong answers. But that is maybe something that has been kind of driving my knitting mojo down and my inspiration. And I know I want to continue do this, and that's why I'm here and sharing these things. But I think this will be like a theme for this year, like these thoughts. I will probably continue like bouncing these thoughts around in my head, maybe talking them aloud to you. Let me know if you have any thoughts, maybe more complete thoughts than I do of this, or any opinions or anything. I love to know. I'd love to chat about them. But yeah, these thoughts are very incomplete. I don't know if you even got like the hang of what I am saying, because I don't even know really what I think about this. But yeah, some food for thought. But the last whip that is waiting to get finished is this textured knit here. So this is a design idea of my own, so there is no pattern for this. There is like these broken rib sections, and then these like color work sections, and purl rows and knit rows, and this is almost done. I'm already started with the first sleeve, but the body is complete, and there is a neck ribbing, and so this basically is just knitting some sleeves I usually knit sleeves before the body, so if I do like top down, I start the sleeves when I'm done with connecting under the arms and maybe have knit like a few centimeters, then I like to knit the sleeves. Because if I work on the body first and then only have the sleeves left, this happens. It just doesn't get finished. The main color here is this Novita 7 veljestä nummi, which is this tweedy yarn. I used this for my Moby sweater. I actually gave my Moby sweater away last summer for my brother's girlfriend, and I don't have it for myself anymore. I really liked it though, but I started having so many sweaters in my closet and playing around with my own designs. So I just decided it was better for the Moby sweater to have a loving home somewhere else because it wasn't getting the use it deserved in my closet, but I really, really, really like the design. Well, yeah, and that is one of the thoughts I have had bouncing around in my mind, like how many knits do I or any one person need in their closet? I don't have an answer to that either. And actually one fun or interesting thing I have noticed about myself is that my knits get the most wear during the summer months and spring and fall, like when it's relatively warm outside. But during the winter and the cold months, I don't really use my knits. I don't know what it is. I don't like to wear knits with like thick coats. So I guess I like wearing my knits when I can wear like only the sweater when I go outside, and then during the summer like have it over my shoulders and stuff like that. So they get much less use during the winter time. So Finnish summer is sweater weather for me, and I just love wearing these like oversized shirts and t-shirts during the winter. One time I was wearing this shirt when I was visiting my brother, and my nephew asked me, he was like, Reetta, why are you already wearing your pajamas even though we're not going to bed yet? And yeah, I guess my style is either fisherman grandpa or it looks like I'm wearing pajamas. And I'm not mad about it. But anyway, I love this style, but I think there is maybe a bit too much going on with the tweedy bits and then the color work. I have been toying with the idea of using like a plain white yarn for the main color and then like a light gray for the color work, and maybe switch around like the color work so that the contrasting color would be the squares and not like the stripe itself. But I like how the sorry, I like how the repeats go. So I don't know, maybe I should finish this and block it and see how I feel, and then maybe then knit another version of that. So I do have some exciting things happening with my knitting this spring and this year. So I'm definitely not going anywhere. I definitely will keep on working on my designs, hopefully get the simpukka sweater out soon, and I have some other exciting news you will be finding out a bit later, or I'm not allowed to share about those quite yet. So even though I have these thoughts about knitting and consumption and everything, I will keep on creating, and I want to keep on creating, and I want to keep on creating the content and engage and talk and get to know other knitters and crafters and creative people around the world. I think it has been one of the best things about like joining the knitting community, like doing my Instagram account and doing this YouTube account, like getting to know other like-minded people. I guess I'm not the only one kind of struggling or bouncing around these thoughts about overconsumption and knitting and creating and all that. So I hope I can get some like support, and we can support each other and bounce around thoughts and ideas about that, so that we wouldn't feel so alone, because those are quite like overconsumption is a very big and scary topic. So I guess that's why I wanted to share my thoughts also, so that I wouldn't have to think about those things just by myself. I hope you enjoyed my video. Thank you for keeping me company, and thank you that I maybe got to keep you company while you knitted or did some crafty things or just hang around. And until next time, happy knitting!